taking risks and stepping out in faith. I see a lot of people, they say, yeah, I take risks, but only when they're calculated, only when I know how it's going to pan out, only when I know what result it's going to produce. I'm sorry, my friends, but that's not a risk. That is doing something that you planned out. There's not risk in that. For you to be successful as an entrepreneur, you are going to have to take leaps of faith where you don't know how it's going to pan out, where you could lose your money, where things are not going to go how you want them to, uncalculated, without fear of consequences, courageously. And until you're willing to do that, you will struggle as an entrepreneur. You will only ever do what feels safe. Listen, you cannot wait until you know how everything is going to turn out before taking action, because it's going to be too late. As an entrepreneur, the definition is taking uncalculated risk to test out, to see what happens. Now listen, if you want to be somebody that's an investor or you come into a company, you get into a safe situation, there's ways to make money that are safe. They take a lot longer. I'm talking to entrepreneurs, people that are taking risks, that are building businesses, that are starting things from scratch, from the ground level. It's not always going to work out. Oh, and by the way, you're not going to get the results you want, sometimes for years. And you're going to have to be okay with that. You're going to have to be okay with messing up, making mistakes, making a fool of yourself, making yourself look stupid, making horrible mistakes that you have to pick yourself back up from, and be okay with it and accept it and be totally hunky-dory fine with it. Instead of waiting until, oh, I know exactly how it's all going to pan out. That's not a risk. As an entrepreneur, you have to develop the courage to be able to jump, to be able to leap, to be able to do risky, scary things without knowing the result of how they're going to end, without knowing that this is going to produce this result. Now, when we put out campaigns, we can kind of tell. I have 18 years of experience, so I can kind of tell how something's going to turn out at this point. But we are still pushing the envelope every single week, doing things that may not produce results. If you are only ever waiting for safety and always playing it cautious and always playing it safe, you're not cut out to be an entrepreneur. You're not. Go work for somebody else. That's not part of the game. It's a requirement for you as an entrepreneur to be able to step out, do what others are unwilling to do because they're so freaking terrified. That's what you got to do. You got to do the scary, scary stuff that horrifies you to the point that it makes you sick. By taking steps and risks and leaps of faith without knowing, are they going to understand me? Are they going to respond? Are they going to buy from me? Is it going to produce the result that I want? Is it going to work out? Break that thing out of your head that says I can only take action if I know how it's going to work out. Kill that thing inside of you that says I don't take action unless it's calculated. Destroy that thing that says I only ever do what feels good and is certain, and I never take risks if I'm afraid. The path of success is where the resistance is. The path of success as an entrepreneur is through the scariness, is through what terrifies you, is through what everybody else says. Don't go that way. Don't go that way. Stop. Don't go that. It's scary. It's risk. That's the path to success. And so many of y'all are waiting until you got a certain outcome proven before doing anything. It doesn't work. So you have to train yourself to take risks that are not calculated, that you're not sure how they're going to pan out, that you're not certain how it's going to produce X, Y, Z, dangly wangly result, just to see what happens, just to play in the sandbox, just to put it out there, just to test, is this going to work? And then if it doesn't, you don't let it take up an ounce of your emotion or worry or fear or feelings or you feeling like a failure. You see, if you're tying your happiness, your joy, your identity, your am I good, am I bad, am I good enough, am I not good enough to your performance, you're going to feel smart when things work out and you're going to feel dumb and bad when they don't. Jeff Bezos said that. You got to kill that thing that associates how good you are, how good you feel from your results. and learn to take risks even when you don't know how it's going to pan out. Every single day, courageously taking leaps of faith. If you're not willing to do this, you're not going to get the rewards that come from entrepreneurship. You might as well, first off, unfollow me, please, entirely, because I can't help you. Second, go find somebody that can teach you about safer investments like real estate and go work for somebody else and go get a job, because this business ownership entrepreneur thing is not for you. Or you can learn to break past this cycle of what's been beaten into your brain your entire life, go opposite of how you've lived your life up to this moment in time, and start to take steps forward towards your goals and do the scary stuff every single day. Even when you don't have it calculated, even when you don't know how it's going to pan out, even when you're not sure, is this going to make the result that I want? You still do it. And that, my friends, is going to take you far. This is a message not a lot of people are even willing to listen to, by the way. And it's the most necessary message, I think, for entrepreneurs. Yet they're not ready for it. They're terrified. They're scared. They don't know how they're going to get out. They struggle to get out of bed in the morning, most people. Let alone take a risk. My goodness. But that's what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. That's what it takes to break past, oh, I'm just trying this little internet thing out, and being a millionaire, being a multimillionaire, being successful. You're going to have to cut it out with the little stupid stories you tell yourself and start doing the scary stuff every single day. All right? Listen, if you need help in your business, I'd love to talk with you. You can schedule a free call with me on my website, jeremiahkrakowski.com. Let's get you to $1 million. Let's help you make some money.